Clark snags another honor. She's made the Forbes 30 under 30 list. Clark, who is just 22 years old, is the only professional women's basketball player on this list.
Now, the other recognizable name on the roster, Angel Reese, who has got to be absolutely terrified. It is not going to be a good Christmas for the villainous Angel
Reese spoke to the media. She didn't speak to the media after the game against Caitlin Clark.
Yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize.
Clark snags another honor. She's made the Forbes 30 under 30 list. Clark, who is just 22 years old, is the only professional women's basketball player on this list. Now the other recognizable name on the roster, Angel Reese, who has got to be absolutely terrified. It is not going to be a good Christmas for the villainous Angel. Instant panic hits Angel Reese when 22 years old Caitlin Clark made Forbes 30 under 30, and it's because Caitlin has achieved what no other player in her category has ever done. But while fans across the nation are celebrating her skills, not everyone's clapping, especially Angel Reese. Well, she's been side-eyeing Caitlin since day one. Angel Reese spoke to the media. She didn't speak to the media after the game against Caitlin Clark. Yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball, it's not just because of one person, it's because of me too. And I want y'all to realize that even NASCAR legend Danica Patrick weighed in suggesting that Angel's grudge against Caitlin is as public as it is perplexing. Sure, Reese has game, but Caitlin has captivated hearts not because of her color but because of her killer skills. She's a court magician, pulling off jaw-dropping plays that make even her critics pause. Meanwhile, Angel has been working overtime on and off the court trying to outshine Caitlin, but it hasn't worked. Cooper Worth has published in the article claiming that Caitlin Clark joins Jason Tatum Cavender twins on Forbes 30 under 30 music list. Caitlin Clark is a phenom. She led the NCAA in scoring, set multiple records for three-pointers, and single-handedly carried Iowa to the finals. The fans love her, the media loves her, heck, even her rivals secretly respect her. And now with her name cemented on Forbes' iconic list, it's clear Caitlin isn't just dominating basketball, she's dominating life. She wins the national title. First thing she does, she mocks Caitlin Clark, and then she doesn't even celebrate with her teammates, so she's made it personal with Caitlin Clark. Then she's played off of that, even Caitlin Clark getting knocked down in that game on Saturday, who's standing up applauding but Angel Reese, so she's sort of embraced a Draymond Green role here. Caitlin Clark's rise to stardom is one of those stories that seem almost too good to be true. At just 22 years old, she's become the face of women's basketball, a record-breaking athlete and now a Forbes 30 under 30 honoree. But this isn't just about talent, it's about grit, determination, and an almost otherworldly ability to shine when it matters most. Caitlin didn't just play basketball, she transformed the way the game is seen, and yet amidst all her success, one person has been quietly or not so quietly fuming: Angel Reese. It all started from the national championship game, and I've been dealing with this for 2 years now and understanding, like, yeah, negative things have probably been said about me, but honestly, I'll take that because look where women's basketball is. People are talking about women's basketball that you never would think would be talking about women's basketball. People are pulling up to games. We got celebrities coming to games, sold out arenas, like just because of one single game, and just looking at that like, I'll take that role, I'll take the bad guy role, and I'll continue to take that on and be that for my teammates. And if I want to be that and I know go down to history, I'll look back in 20 years and be like, from the moment they first met on the court, the tension between Caitlin and Angel was undeniable. It wasn't just competition, it was personal. Caitlin, with her sharp shooting skills and uncanny ability to read the game, made every play look effortless. Fans adored her not because of her background but because of her brilliance. On the other hand, Angel was always the loud one, the defiant one, the player who brought drama both on and off the court. While Caitlin's game did the talking, Angel often resorted to theatrics. I'll take that because look where women's basketball is. People are talking about women's basketball that you never would think would be talking about women's basketball. People are pulling up to games. We got celebrities coming to games, sold out arenas, like just because of one single game, and just looking at that like, I'll take that role, I'll take the bad guy role, and I'll continue to take that on. Let's be real, Caitlin's stats alone are enough to silence any critic. She led the NCAA in scoring, averaging an insane 27.8 points per game. That's not just good, it's historic. She became a three-point shooting machine, hitting shots from distances that made defenders look helpless. It wasn't uncommon to see her drain a shot from nearly half-court, turn to the crowd and flash that signature smirk. Fans loved it, opponents not so much. And then there were her assists, 10.6 per game. That's right, she wasn't just scoring, she was making everyone around for better. Caitlin Clark's last WNBA playoff game had over 2 6 million viewers, and now we are seeing the ratings dip under 1 million viewers. Meanwhile, Angel Reese watched from the sidelines as Caitlyn's star continued to rise. Reese is talented, no question. Her defensive skills are solid and she's had her moments of brilliance. But it's clear that Caitlyn's success eats at her every time Caitlyn received another accolade or broke another record. Ong seemed to find a way to make it about herself, from passive-aggressive tweets to thinly veiled comments and interviews. She's made no secret of her feelings. Forbes says Clark was chosen for leading the Indiana Fever to their first playoff appearance in 8 years while breaking the WNBA single-season assist record and earning Rookie of the Year honors. But wait, there's more. She also led the WNBA All-Star Game voting with more than 700,000 ballots, and has been credited with an increase in league viewership and attendance. Take the Forbes announcement for example. Caitlyn's inclusion in the prestigious 30 under 30 list should have been a moment of celebration for women's basketball as a whole. Instead, it turned into another chapter in the Caitlyn Angel saga. While Caitlyn humbly thanked her supporters and acknowledged the impact of her coaches and teammates, Angel's reaction was different. She didn't directly address Caitlyn's achievement, but her social media told the story. Cryptic posts about being underrated and overlooked sent fans into a frenzy. Was she taking a shot at Caitlyn? Most people thought so. Well, now jealous WNBA players will have the opportunity to earn that credit now. Players like Angel Reese, they will be given the chance to test their star power. And let's not forget Danica Patrick's commentary, which only added fuel to the fire. The NASCAR star didn't mince words when she pointed out that Angel's fixation on Caitlyn was doing more harm than good. According to Patrick, Angel's jealousy was obvious, and it wasn't a good look. Caitlyn, on the other hand, was praised for her grace under pressure and her ability to stay focused despite the noise. It's not hard to see why Caitlyn is so beloved. She's not just a player, she's a leader. During the 2023 season, she carried Iowa on her back, leading them to the NCAA finals. The weight of expectation didn't faze her. In fact, it seemed to fuel her. Her court vision, her ability to anticipate plays, and her unshakable confidence made her the player everyone wanted to watch. Even when Iowa lost in the finals, Caitlyn's performance was the talk of the tournament. She didn't just compete, she inspired. Angel, on the other hand, struggled to find her footing. Her attempts to outshine Caitlyn often came across as forced, whether it was taunting during games, trying to stir up controversy, and interviews. Her actions seemed more about getting attention than improving her game. And while some fans defended her, many criticized her for letting her emotions overshadow her talent. And Angel Reese knows a ring is coming. The Forbes honor was the final straw for Angel. Caitlyn's inclusion on the list wasn't just a personal win, it was a victory for women's sports. It proved that female athletes could be celebrated not just for their skills but for their cultural impact. Caitlyn's reach extends far beyond basketball. She's a role model, a symbol of what's possible when talent meets hard work. Her humble response to the recognition only solidified her place in the hearts of fans. Angel's reaction, however, was telling. Instead of focusing on her own achievements, she seemed consumed by Caitlyn's success. Her cryptic social media posts painted a picture of someone who felt left behind, and while it's easy to sympathize with her frustration, it's also clear that this rivalry is holding her applause, music back. What makes this dynamic so fascinating is how different Caitlyn and Angel are. Caitlyn is the picture of poise, calm, collected, and laser-focused. She lets her game speak for itself, and it speaks volumes. Angel, by contrast, thrives on drama. She's outspoken, fiery, and unafraid to stir the pot. In a way, they represent two sides of the same coin. But while Caitlyn's approach has earned her widespread admiration, Angel's antics have often overshadowed her talent. As the basketball world watches this rivalry unfold, one thing is certain: Caitlyn isn't slowing down. Her Forbes recognition is just the beginning. She's already being touted as a future WNBA star, and her influence on the game is undeniable. Fans can't wait to see what she'll do next. Caitlyn Clark is the reason why everybody has an opinion on what happened in that game. Angel, meanwhile, faces a choice. She can continue to let this rivalry define her, or she can focus on her own growth. She has the skills to be great, but she'll need to channel her energy in the right direction. The question is, can she let go of the bitterness long enough to carve out her own legacy? This rivalry is far from over, and that's what makes it so compelling. Caitlyn and Angel are two of the most talented players in the game, and their clashes on the court are nothing short of electrifying. But while